Hey everyone, first off, I want to say this is going to be my third attempt in making this paranormal storytime video. The first time I tried to make this video, I forgot to hit the record button. And the second time, the lighting was like really bad. So here I go. Okay, so I wanted to talk about spirits and ghosts of people that we used to know. And, sometimes I wonder from time to time if the people that we used to know, if when they pass away, if they come over to visit. And sometimes I think they do come and visit because of all the experience I've had. And so I'm going to start off with something that happened to me when I was 18 years old. My grandpa had passed away in 1998. And about 1 to 2 weeks after he passed away, I was sleeping in bed, and it was in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden I noticed that the light was on in my room. So I opened up my eyes, I woke up, and I was like, what the hell? So my parents were both asleep, and I was like, okay, that's really weird. So I was thinking of getting up to turn off the light. Well, before I got up, I had one of those switches that there was a dimmer. All of a sudden the light went off on, and I was like, oh my god. And it just kept doing that, and I froze. And then all of a sudden the light went from bright, dim, and I was looking at the switch and I could see it turning, just going dimmer and dimmer, and then it clicked off. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was like terrified. I was like, my heart was beating, I was sweating, and I was like, oh no. So I put the blanket over my head, and luckily the light didn't turn on anymore. But in my head I was like, oh my god, please, whatever you are, whoever you are, please go away. You're scaring me. I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to feel you. I didn't want any of it. And I was just like so terrified. And I don't know, I wonder, because nothing like that had ever happened, and I wonder if that was my grandpa visiting me. But that's like a really mean way to visit your own granddaughter. And so I don't know, maybe that was him. Who knows? Another time, it was in 2003, I want to say. I was here at home and I was watching TV, and my daughter was a toddler and she was taking a nap in her crib, and I was just minding my own business, and then all of a sudden I started smelling very strongly butterscotch candies. And I was like, where is that smell coming from? Because we didn't have any candy in the house. So I'm like walking around trying to see where the smell is coming from. I even took off the cushions off the couches and nothing. And I'm like just sitting there like, what's going on? And I kept smelling it. And all of a sudden it hit me. I was like, oh my gosh, it's Halloween. I'm like, my grandma's birthday was on Halloween. And I was like, oh my gosh, she had passed away that year. I think it was that year, or maybe 2000. I don't know if it was 2003 or 2004 when my grandma passed. It was one of those years, and I was like, oh my gosh, maybe it's my grandma saying hi or something. And then another time I was using the facilities, and I was sitting there reading a book, and all of a sudden something caught my attention. So I turned and I looked at the shower curtain, and the shower curtain moved like if someone pulled on it and let it go. And I was the only one in the bathroom, and there was no wind or anything. I'm just sitting there like, and I'm like, hello. And I felt so stupid. But it didn't freak me out as much, because of other things that I've seen and heard were much more scarier. So I thought, I didn't feel scared or anything. So I thought maybe it was a family member or something, trying to say they were here. And another time I was sleeping in the bedroom, and we had one of those rosary candles, and it was burning on our dresser. And I remember I woke up for no reason, and so I was watching the candle, and when those candles, when they get to the very bottom, they start like making noise and crackling. So I was waiting for it to turn off, and right before it turned off, I heard right here in my ear, I heard in my grandma's voice a whisper, my name, Elaine. And it was just so weird, because it was exactly like my grandma. It was her voice saying Elaine. And I remember I was like so happy, and it made me smile, because I'm like, oh, it's my grandma coming to visit. And I do believe, me personally, I do believe that they, people do come to visit us. you know, to maybe let us know they're okay, or that there's something after we pass away. So that's going to be all for this video. I'm planning on making a few more storytime videos, and there's one in particular that I do want to talk about, and it has to do with this haunted house that my dad used to live in and that we also go visit. And that one's like super, super haunted and super, super creepy. So I'll be doing that video. So anyways, I hope you're all doing good, and thanks for watching my video. See you guys soon. Bye.